Hey guys, how's everybody? Hope you're well. Welcome to all the newcomers. If you're new to the channel, we ask you to please subscribe if the video is entertaining or helpful to you at all. I try to upload multiple times a week. And don't forget to hit the notifications bell, and if you enjoy the video at all, smash that thumbs up button. It really helps get these videos out there, and it really helps the channel out. And hell, it's free. It don't even cost you nothing. That's just some humor, so don't get offended by that. But what are we looking at? Craftsman 3.3. I think it's about the same size like a Pullum Pro 330 or something. Do not quote me on that. I'm not educated in these saws at all. I picked this up off of an older lady at the flea market back last summer. She said, honey, it runs. You can start it. I said, I believe you. It did. It started, ran when I got home. Not very well. Tuned around on it, got it to run enough to shoot a little video to show you guys. Had barn chain on it. Chain was just wore slam out. There's no saving it, no using it. What I did find out though is when I went to a better chain on my Echo CS 4910, the original chain from that saw was what this called for. It was 325. And then what I also found out was the clutch drum was completely worn out on it. No using it. Took me a little bit to locate a clutch drum, but if you don't know the clutch drum for say a Husky 50, 51, or 55 is exactly what it uses, it's the same thing. So that's a good thing. We got a new 325 clutch drum on it. I got it out, made one cut, and something went lean in the carburetor. I ordered a carb kit, rebuilt the carb. She's sounding good. Put the barn chain on it, and as soon as I went back out to the test stand, same deal. Went lean, couldn't tune around it. Don't know if something stopped up or what, but maybe it got warm, developed an air leak, who knows. But I'd like to find out. It's set here for a while. It is a dang good looking saw. Only hiccup of it is the plastic's melted in the front. Someone had like a big piece of chrome plating up on the front of it as a muffler shield. I took that off. But the cool thing is I do have like a Pullum 2800. It's about the same saw, but it's 46 cc's, and this one I think is 53. 54, again, don't quote me on that. I'm sure it's close to that, but the one cut this thing made, it pulled good and ran good. Kind of surprised me, honestly, but the Pullum saw the cylinders scored up on it. I was able to tear it down, get it to run, but something with the fuel tank on it, it just pours fuel everywhere when you put fuel in it, so I'm deeming it a part saw. So what I'll end up doing is taking it has mint plastic. We'll end up putting that nice plastic on it. But what I'm wanting to do is see if this thing will fire back up, because I picked it up about a month ago and it just fired up and sounded amazing. Who knows, it could have just picked something up in the strainer that night, carb screen. It could have dissolved and come loose by now. It is possible for that to happen, believe it or not. I'd really like to get this thing, make some test cuts with it, get a baseline. I have had the muffler off of it and have done like a simple muffler mod where I cut the inside of the baffle out a little bit, but I'm thinking the muffler on this one's banged up somewhere. It might not be, it looks alright, but I know the muffler on that other saw is nicer, is what I'm getting at. So what I would like to do is just, if we can get a baseline out of this, make sure it's sound, go into it, pull it down. To my understanding, some of these have a chrome plated cylinder. I don't know which ones, but I'm sure when I pull it down it's just going to be a bare aluminum cylinder, chrome piston, but I don't think I'll find much wrong with it. It has good compression. I've not had a gauge on it, but we may do that in this video. But I'm going to do multiple videos on this, I think. I've got the 066 here. If you were following that, we are going to get into that, but we may mix and match some videos up here, you know, just to keep things going on the channel. But anyway, enough running my jaw. I'm good at that. You guys know that. Let's see if this thing will fire up and run. I'm going to choke it. I'm pretty certain up's on. Let's see what she does. That's promising. Oh, dang, bar studs don't decide to come flying off of it. Sounds pretty healthy. And if anyone thinks I didn't let it warm up enough, it's like over 80 degrees here in the shop, so I'd say we're alright. And it smells like there's still some remnants of the race gas I had here in it, which that could be a problem with it as well, but I highly doubt it. It's got enough compression, I think, to be okay with it. So I think what we'll do is I'm going to pause you guys. I've got to go grind this chain. It kind of looks like crap. We don't want to try to make cuts to the dull chain. I'll get that lined out and bring you guys back. Alright guys, a little change in action. The bar that I had I thought went with this was not it. Evidently I have that bar and that echo chain put up somewhere. I don't even know what the chain was or where it came from my head, but it was to fit one of these. I think that it's the bar that was on the 295 Pull-'em Pro when I got it. It has the adjuster in the bar. If you've not seen one of those, it's kind of weird. I've already put it up, or I'd show it to you guys, but I'm assuming that's a bar and chain that was on that setup. The funniest drags or rakers I've ever seen on it. Big long one on one side and then just your regular drag on the other. I've seen them, but this one was a little out there. But honestly, these will fit, and it looks like it should all. This is for an MS 250 or like your small steel 170s or your top handle saws. I bought this when I had a couple 250s here I worked on last year. I've got one out in the shed that I need to do something with. It's just missing a lot of parts, and it's one of them deals, you know, it is even worth fooling with or just leaving it as a parts unit. But those little saws cost a pretty penny right now, about 500 bucks to buy one new. So I don't know, we may get that out and evaluate it one day in a video and, you know, tear it down, put it in a box, and see what we need to completely redo it. But anyway, I'm going to cross my fingers, and we're going to hope that this thing be able to make a cut. Well, guys, wish me luck. We know she'll run. before you make any judgments at all. I don't know why, but that hunk of wood that was got some of the remnants from where we milled that big poplar. Generally, poplar is not really hard to cut, but I don't know what it is. A lot of that stuff was tough as nails to mill. I've milled poplar and it mill like butter. That's a big old, that thing was probably 100 years old. I know my great uncle said it was there when he was a kid, and he turned 88 on Easter, so that tree is freaking old. But man, that thing is tough as nails. That's, I think I showed doing a test cut with that old Mac 300 in it. Yeah, that stuff usually cuts like butter, but I don't have to explain it. You guys can see it in the video. But you know, this ain't a bad running saw. It'll just have a little bit of a muffler mod done, and that's a out of the box Forester chain. They're nothing great. I could put something better on it and it grab a little more and cut a little faster, but you can see it's already stretched with what little cutting we done. I promise you that thing's cut less than a dozen cookies. And it's just set here. I bought it, like I said, I'd done a couple of MS 250s and didn't have a bar and chain set up to fit them, so I ended up with that here. But that'll probably be part one of this video, maybe in the next one. And it had a little hiccup there on that pull up because it's about out of fuel. Probably should have shut it down, but I can tell when one's too lean running it. But it seems to be running good. It comes back down to idle good. It seems to be good and sound. There was one thing when I've done the carb kit I didn't like about it. It's got this big long plastic impulse line. I honestly think doing something different with that may help the situation some, but you guys stay tuned to this. The next video we'll get into, we'll go into this thing, see if we can spice it up any. I have no idea what the combustion chamber on the other cylinder, the 2800 I tore down, there was nothing you could do to that to modify it, but you know, if anything, we get squished, dialed in a little closer, get a little more, get the exhaust roof maybe a little bit lower, get a little more oomph to it, see where the intake timing's at, and see what we can do there. See if we can choke blow down up. You know, take ignition timing to the max on it, and just, you know, see what we can get out of it. But that's our plan. I think we got a good sound base to work off of. Again, that little hiccup at the end, it's really low on fuel. I didn't add any because I wanted to run that fuel out of it. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Y'all stay tuned for those next videos. Click the bell, thumbs up, subscribe. Got several builds coming up. I've got a complete 066 restoration we're going to do. I'm going to try to show as much of that as I can. It'll be full tilt port job, machine work and all on it. I'm not going to take any shortcuts. Got everything laying here. I'm just honestly waiting on some cleaner to show up to do a video on. But anyway, you guys take it easy and have a good one.